Hello and welcome to Art with me, Katie Cordy. Today, I'm going to show you how to create an inventive piece of architecture. I'm going to make a pet store, but you can make whatever you'd like. I encourage you to lean on basic shapes and watch my past architectural videos if needed. I use a Sharpie and crayons, but you can use your favorite medium. So the first step to making any kind of store, whether it be like a pet store, I'm going to draw, for instance, a cat-oriented pet store, I think, or any kind of store, the first thing you want to think of is when somebody walks up to it, how are you going to instantly make it recognizable about what it is? For instance, if it's going to be a pizza store, a pizza restaurant, then how are you going to show pizza right when you walk up so they don't think you're selling ice cream? So for instance, since I'm doing a pet store, I'm going to make my front door, like the front part of my store, look like a cat. So I'm going to actually put my front door as the cat's mouth. However, this by itself is too small to be a storefront, so I need more. Another thing that people often forget with architecture is that architecture is generally either symmetrical, things look the same on both sides, or it's asymmetrical. One part looks different than the other. For me, when I was first learning how to draw architecture, learning how to draw asymmetrical architecture was really difficult. So that's what I'm going to practice today. So for instance, I'm going to make this half larger. I'm actually going to make it look like the cat's body. So here's my tail. And again, I'm using a lot of basic shapes to design my building out. There's nothing to say that you can't get inventive. For instance, who says that my roof has to be simple and either like a triangle or like a rectangle. So then I'm going to start thinking of, okay, what kind of details do I want to add? Okay, so for instance, I've got this tail here. So what if I turn this into a flag? But this isn't a big enough store for me. So I think I'm going to add another part over here. And I think I'm going to make this part shaped like a bone. Because for all that I have a lot of a lot of cat things going on, maybe I want to include some dogs into my pet store. Maybe I want to make this part a dog grooming place. So again, the fun part about architecture is that it doesn't have to look realistic. So I have part of a bone. It looks rather funny. I'm not very good at drawing bones, but that's all right. And then I've added in a rectangle or square for the rest of my building. Then I get to start adding details. For instance, okay, I'm going to toss in my sign. I've already tossed in my flag, which needs something drawn on it. It looks very empty at the bottom. So I'll have to think of a quirky name to name my pet store. And then I have all this blank space in front of me. Boy, that's really boring. So I'm going to start thinking, okay, what do I want to include? Maybe the steps up to the store are going to be made out of preference. Or maybe I want to add a lawn for dogs to play on. I can add any kind of background that I want. Maybe there's going to be trees. Or maybe this is secretly in the city or in some kind of suburbia. So maybe I want to draw a city in the background. What kind of background you draw will tell you a lot about the environment. For instance, okay, if we have trees and such, well, and lots of grass, then this probably isn't in the desert. and then just continue to add details. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to add details, make this look as creative as I want, and then I will color it in. So this is where the speed happens. And that's how you draw, well, in this case, a cat pet shop.